Now that everything has started to stabilize, I wanted to head back and see what exactly is going on, talking about everything you need to know and what Valve is up to. First off, talking about the filler skin craze. Obviously, we talked about it a lot, being the fact is the Train light blues are the only option you have for having an actual filler skin. They've been removed. Obviously, they shot up in price significantly. Now, with that being said, we do also need to focus on the actual blue skins. This was where a little bit more unknown came into play. Obviously, we had 6 collections we used to use. Now, 2 of them are still actively dropping. 4 of them got removed, and we're starting to see the price point impacts of this here. Obviously, they have not skyrocketed, seeing 100-200% growth like we saw for the light blues. There still is competition. There still is new filler skins coming into the game. I will say it's definitely very unequal. If you're trying to get into the blue skins, there's actually a lot of them that haven't been hit by the hype. Something like the P90 Teardown. It comes from the Light collection, which is a filler skin collection. It's just not one of the most popular ones. Or you could check out the Italy collection. The MP9 Anodized Navy is one of the most popular filler skins, and it's only up slightly since the update. If you want something that's got a little bit more progress, you've got the Bank collection, which are a little bit more expensive because the purple tier is actually a filler skin here as well. So if you want to double dip, you got the opportunity, but it's a little bit more expensive. Honestly, if you're looking to buy a blue level filler skin, just avoid the Train collection. They're up 50%, but the rest of the market really isn't showing that this is actually where it should be. SkinSwap is today's sponsor, and they're also sponsoring you with their exclusive new reward system, with a reward of up to $50 today when you're using code MASTER. They have mastered the skins game, offering one of the largest selections of skins if you're looking to trade out your old ones, one of the best rates in the market if you're trying to sell off instantly, and it's completely safe. And they've got their own buying page, which is offering a massive 40% discount on every single skin they have. So what are you waiting for? Claim your exclusive up to $50 rewards by using code MASTER on SkinSwap. Now, talking about everything we're seeing for the 3 brand new drop collections. In the previous video, we talked about the values that they held, and it was all around $1. It's dropped down significantly. We're looking at about 66-cent maximum for the Boreal, a little bit lower for the Ascent, and then even lower for the Radiant. All of them are sitting about 4 times more valuable than the next collection that was even available. That was the Bank collection when we're talking about active drops. I want to make it very clear, even though the prices have dropped down a lot, these are still extremely valuable skins, and they're always going to be because they have a desirable pink tier, which is something that not many of the collections that were in the active duty actually held. That being said, don't do trade ups for these. You're going to be losing out on a ton of money because there is not really any opportunity once the week is up. These skins are going to continue going down for a significant period. Now, we'll get more about everything for the Armory in just a quick minute, but the Train 2025 collection has debuted, and the prices are absolutely horrendous when we compare them to what we previously saw. First up, the unboxing ROI is less than 78%, which is the lowest we've seen in the history of a debut for a collection inside of the Armory. But if we look a little bit deeper, it's not too surprising. The Train collection is really supported by the fact that the Op Long Donk is actually not too expensive. This is probably due to a number of different things, the biggest of which being the investor confidence for these collections is absolutely destroyed. This thing is only about $250 on average, and that's a listing price. I'm actually not too concerned with anything we're seeing going on here. The biggest piece of information I find interesting is the fact that the most expensive skin here is the Tech 9 Whiteout, or kind of second most expensive behind the Op, which is absolutely crazy, especially considering trading up to this thing is nearly impossible, so it's probably going to be staying expensive for quite a long time. Now, the one area that has really shocked some people is going to be the Fever case, coming in with an ROI of 85% when unboxing. Now, that is at current sale prices, you're going to have to wait a week, but the most important thing about it is it's actually really expensive to buy it on the Steam market. I think this is where a lot of people got surprised. They thought it was going to be down to maybe $1, $1.10 instantly, like we saw for the Gallery case. Fever case, much different, much more demanded, and that's the big key indicator here. We were talking about it beforehand, but we said there was a lot of opportunity to make some easy profit by just reselling this case with your stars, and that's exactly what we've seen. $2, $3 case for actually a couple days sustained is a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but honestly, it's absolutely insane the amount of money this case is worth and just selling for. It's going to tone down eventually, but right now it's a huge opportunity for just reselling your stars. We're definitely not investing into this case right now, though. That's a huge mistake. Now let's dive into the Armory because we've got a lot to talk about. First up, if you want to look at it right here, you can obviously see there is nothing that is actually profitable inside of the Armory. The Elemental Craft stickers are a break even after Steam tax, and I think this is really a big sign of what happened. All the investor hype, all the investor really confidence is just absolutely diminished. It's not too big of a surprise when we saw nothing removed from the previous Armory and instead just a couple brand new items added in. I actually don't think this is going to be the trend. I think Valve is probably going to remove items eventually. They're just filling it back up, but that's my personal opinion. The data definitely speaks for itself that overall people are not confident in making strong investments here, and I honestly don't blame them. Now, there's one part of the Armory that's been going absolutely crazy, and that's going to be the sticker collection, specifically talking about the application numbers. We just saw the most stickers stickers applied in this area for the entire time that we've actually had them inside of the game. In the past month, we saw about 200,000 of the elemental craft stickers applied, almost 100,000 of the character craft stickers applied. That's the largest number we've seen so far by nearly like 20-25%. So it's definitely showing there is demand for these stickers. I would obviously not make an investment into them just yet, but if they do get removed, I think it's a huge opportunity inside of this area. Then you've also got your older 3 collections. Once again, the data is definitely showing that if you want to make an investment into this area, graphic is significantly less supplied than the other 2, but right now I don't think anyone's making any investments for these 3 collections. Then we got to talk about what's been going on for the next major. Now, if you don't realize, the items for Shanghai are still available. That's absolutely crazy considering that we've got less than 2 months before the Austin major is actually almost over. But there's a couple big things we need to point out. First up, the Austin major is going to be containing this train collection souvenir package, so realize that all the items you can get from the Armory are going to be available in souvenir. Now, this actually doesn't really impact the current collection inside of the Armory because those ones can be traded up. They're a lot more valuable. Souvenirs, not really the same. It's exactly what we saw for the Riptide collections as they later came out in souvenir form. Important things to note as well, these are the 7 maps that are going to be played at the Austin major, and I can guarantee it. The biggest thing to note here is one of these is most likely going to get removed afterwards and Overpass is going to come in for it, but it will be played for the Austin major. You'll have more than enough time to know which map is going to be removed, and you could probably use your souvenir tokens on it if you want. Now, talking about the case market a little bit, in my previous video we talked about why cases are probably going to be having a relatively strong period over the next couple of months, and we're already starting to see that for cases like the glove case here. It's on a little bit of a spike and it's definitely a peak, and it's probably going to collapse at least a little bit, but it's interesting to see, especially for one of these older cases. Otherwise, we're not seeing too much crazy things going on here. The majority of the interest right now has really shifted onto the Fever case, and the majority of these cheaper rare and more expensive rare cases are kind of staying stagnant, which is also what we predicted, as these cases are probably not going to be seeing any sort of growth unless it's a very big hype interest like we just saw for the glove case. Overall, this is a very solid position to be in, as obviously the supply is dwindling, the demand is staying constant or even going down a little bit. That's completely fine as long as we see these prices not dropping. I'm not concerned at all, and right now that's exactly what we're seeing, which is a perfect position to be in. Now, if you're not too deep into the investing or understanding of the game, you're probably not familiar with what goes on in April, specifically for Valve. During the month of April, Valve goes ahead and takes a trip to Hawaii, and we're starting to run into the peak range of that right now. We don't know the exact dates, but it's something consistent, and it usually means that we don't really see anything major happening during the month of April. We got the big update, which obviously dropped at the end of March, and honestly, I don't really expect anything too big to be going on for the rest of April here. Now, what exactly does that mean for investing and for you specifically? Well, you've got the opportunity to get into a market that's going to be completely untouched by Valve, so whatever trends are kind of going on right now are most likely not going to be destroyed by Valve coming in and dropping a major update. Overall, it's just important to know what Valve is doing and always make sure you're making your own decisions. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.